Good morning, this is Thalia. I'm at FUELD 2.0 2025 Dubai, and we have with us Mr. Maximus Lih. He is the founder and CEO for Emboldened LLC, and he has been awarded for a trendsetter to watch out for. First of all, congratulations. You are setting trends already. How does it feel to receive an award in a hub of all of the CEOs?
It's very exciting. It's incredibly humbling. There is an amazing group of people here. So I'm learning a lot and I'm thrilled to be honored in this way.
Amazing. So what does your company stands for? Emboldened. Well, like, what is the forte of it?
I feel like I came to a point in my life where I've been working with a big company as a small person, as a significant person for a long time. And I just realized that the environment that's around us really limits our imagination for what's possible. And what I wanted to do was to be a part of actually empowering a group of people to say, let's be bold. Let's do the things that have not been done before, especially with AI. In fact, I think more and more people who have done exactly what you're trying to do are holding us back. And what we need are people who actually are thinking in a very bold and new way.
So when you're dealing with a lot of new clients or customers who don't know how to go ahead and they have the vision, they have the goal, they might have the resources, but they don't know how to pave the way or how to lead. What is your company process to deal with those kind of customer?
So what I say to people is I have the benefit of having worked almost 10 years with Google Ventures. And my job was to make, more than 400 of the startups that they've written checks out to successful. Companies like Uber, like Snowflake, like Slack. And I have the benefit of knowing here's what definitely does not work. So long as you have the courage to step forward, I can tell you where the cliffs are. This is a hole, this is a hole. And then everything else we can create together. And that's what I love about my clients.
I know AI has been overused in this conference and for years, AI, but that's the fact. Unfortunately, fortunately, how is your company and you are adapting to it, and how does the culture is affected by the AI?
So I think that what's really interesting for me is that when you're building a really big company or you're trying to keep an established company strong, I make the analogy of you're building a championship team. But when you're a startup, especially when you're a startup that's building something that nobody has ever seen before, what you're trying to do is to build an Olympic team. And Olympic teams cannot be managed, cannot be recruited, cannot be motivated and
They just
incentivized.
can be polished
Right,
and
right, right,
yeah,
right, right.
yeah, that's
When I'm
all.
hiring for an Olympic team, I'm finding the 1% of the world that are special, genetic anomalies in this world. I train them really hard. Like they don't get paid a lot. And you know what? You go for the medal, and if you win the medal, you don't plan to come back next year to play again. But championships teams, they have to do that over and over again. And so what I think is interesting about the world of AI and how that's impacting culture is what do you do when your goal is hit this mark and then go somewhere else?
When you're dealing
Yeah.
with a lot of clients already who are established companies or maybe gonna be established, what do you think are the traits for the best companies? What differentiate them from all the regular companies?
I think it is aligning the incentives to the team that you want to build. So a lot of it has to do with what is the leadership actually rallying people around. And it's not just this new technology, because every company, especially where I come from, the US, is talking about new technology. And it's not changing the world
Every other person
because
have an idea.
right,
Yeah.
exactly, right? But who is a person that actually says, oh, your non-traditional background is actually exactly what we need.
Yeah.
So we say it's about grit over prestige, right? Instead of recycling the same people that worked at Google, that worked at Facebook, how do I find the person who was a stay-at-home mom, was a soldier who just came back, is an immigrant, and then says, oh, actually, you have the grit that I need and the imagination to make us great.
But when you see a lot of people have the grit, but they are going through series of failures. Not failures would be a very strong word. I would say like losing the opportunities what they expected to go for them.
Yeah.
How do you deal with the clients and tell them to, you know what, one more time? How do you push those companies and leaders?
I think that the difference between failure and failing forward is if you are going alone. So I think that if you know you're failing, but other people depend on you or other people are doing with you, then it's just called a learning. But when you're doing it by yourself, when you're isolated and you still call yourself a leader, but you're not caring about your followers, then you can give up because, oh, I could just go back to a job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but if anybody wants to avail your services, how can they reach out to you?
You can always find me on LinkedIn. I'm here at the conference, so come and find me.
And if somebody's in the audience wants to reach out to you, how they can do that?
You can email me. My email is maximus@emboldenedllc.com.
Amazing. Thank you. It was pleasure talking to you. But before you go, as you are the one guiding people and leaders in the companies, what are you as a person, individual, or a company taking with you from the conference 2.0?
I think it's the same thing. Finding great people, you won't do it alone, and then everything is a learning. It's never a failure.
Amazing. Thank you so much. It
Thank
was a
you.
pleasure talking to you. On that note, educate yourself. If you have a little hiccup, it's fine. Dream big, believe in yourself. World and possibilities are immensely incredible. And be kind, avoid using plastic, save water. And this is Talia MK
I
signing
think that we
off.
live in a world where talent unlocks opportunity.
Yeah.
Let the talent unlock yours.
Amazing. Thank
Yeah.
you so much for your time. Thank you.